second day of the symposium is dedicated to how can we get involved and make an impact in data and life sciences. So to introduce that, I would now like to invite Mr. Elia Brodsky. Mr. Elia Brodsky is one of the co-founder and CEO of Pine Biotech. He has facilitated and managed collaborations with researchers at Stanford UCSF, Louisiana State University Tulane, and other academic and pharma R&D teams as well. Mr. Elia Brodsky oversees the research projects and manages the development of the prototype, preparation of the relevant data projects, and implementation of the system for the need of students and teachers that the project is designed for. Over to you, Mr. Elia.
Thank you, Sonalika. And before we begin, maybe we could launch the poll. Sonalika, you will launch the poll?
Yes, just a second, Elia. Can you just launch the poll after your talk?
Okay.
It's asking me to sign in. I'm not signing in from the official account, I think.
Okay. All right, thank you everyone, and great to be here today. And then thank you, Sonalika, for the introduction. So I'm excited to be here on our second day. And as Sonalika already mentioned, we will go on to speak about how one can get involved in bioinformatics in a more serious way to contribute to the field as it becomes more dynamic, more impactful, with many real and important applications across many domains in life science research and industry. And before we begin, I want to briefly share an overview of what we covered last day in multiple sessions that we had. We had a lot of great speakers, panel discussions, project presentations. So it was a really exciting opportunity to be together for all of us. So first of all, we heard about the OmicsLogic programs in India. India is one of the most populous countries in the world and is a growing economy that is producing millions of graduates every year. Overall, India has over 1,000 universities with 42,000 colleges and over 11,000 standalone institutions in the country that is catering to over 38 million students. And so what our team is doing is working there since 2019, partnering with institutions in the country and addressing some of the gaps in bioinformatics education by offering research opportunities to students that are working with faculty on various data science projects across many life science domains and building a pathway for students to work in biotechnology, pharma, and bioinformatic industries. And after working with thousands of students from around the country, our team shared lessons learned and offered an important perspective moving forward with some new initiatives that have undergone major changes as a result of this pandemic. One key insight actually came out of the panel discussion where we heard about the challenges and opportunities in bioinformatics in India. So we heard from Dr. Raghav and Professor Radana that offered their insights in academic research as well as government initiatives and urgent need for data science in healthcare and biotechnology industry in India. We also heard from our team in Africa, where OmicsLogic training has been launched in 2019. Sub-Saharan Africa is home to more than 1 billion people, half of whom will be under the age of 25 by 2050. So it is a very diverse continent that offers a lot of human and natural resources, and they have the potential to yield inclusive growth and, importantly, eradicate some of the challenges, including poverty and various types of infectious diseases. And so what we heard was about how many of those areas of research are being addressed using bioinformatics. We heard from Dr. Anita Gansa from Ghana, Dr. Vokitoi from Nigeria, Dr. Adrienne Lusa from South Africa, and some of our team members, Mr. Adil Awoye and Mr. Hamza, that have worked with numerous students in this region. Overall, it was an insightful day where we got a global perspective. So I want to thank all of the speakers who have shared their perspective on what was going on in Africa and in India. And here are some of my personal takeaways. So first of all, there is a pressing need to review, annotate, and improve data quality. Both the data that is currently available and some of the future data sets that will be shared. We heard from Dr. Raghav how his group of students and himself are working to make that process more effective and offer a lot of resources for those learning bioinformatics. We heard about the urgent need of training in bioinformatics and data science for those who are working on important challenges in medicine, public health, and other domains. We heard about bridge programs that connect students with authentic research opportunities and with industry careers. And we heard about some of the exciting opportunities for students and researchers to be involved in many fields of research, working together with mentors and leaders in these fields. After that, we heard about some of the exciting developments in the world of bioinformatics research and applications to various challenges like virology.
Elia, sorry, I had to mute all the participants.
Okay, thank you. Sorry about that. So we heard about some of the speakers that are working on bioinformatics and developing new approaches that are used by thousands of researchers and students. And so here are my takeaways from those talks. First of all, there's a growing complexity of omics data, including single cell sequencing, large-scale genomic whole genome sequencing data, and important questions about the junk non-coding sequences, or the dark part of the genome, where important regulatory elements are being defined. We heard about experimental data that can reveal a snapshot of biological activity, but to see the whole picture, there's the need for integration of multi-omics data, time estimation, and mathematical models that can be simulated to understand what these biological snapshots can tell us about trajectories in time. We also heard about the way this pandemic has spurred active research in many areas, leading to new approaches for genomic surveillance, novel types of vaccines, and even new interventions based on our understanding of viral evolution. And finally, we heard about a new, or maybe an old field called astrobiology. First of all, we heard about how it has contributed to the development of genomic technologies in general and what data sets are available, and heard about some of the novel findings coming from the study of extremophiles that are useful on here on Earth, with many applications in biotechnology. And these talks were accompanied with a panel discussion on the topic of omics data and associated methods of analysis. So we heard about the perspectives on how this field of bioinformatics is playing a major role in various research projects, from Dr. Raul Andino from the University of California, San Francisco, Dr. Sona Vasudevan from Georgetown University, who's also going to be speaking today. We heard about Dr. Elia Brodsky from the Tauber Bioinformatics Research Center at the University of Haifa, and Dr. Koussoulis from the National Association of Idea Principal Investigators. He also will be speaking today. And finally, we heard from Dr. Laura Harris from Michigan State University. So what these speakers highlighted was the role that the students can play and some opportunities for early career scientists in many areas, including virology, microbiology, biotechnology, and as well as clinical and biomedical research projects to utilize bioinformatics and get involved in many other projects. So briefly, I want to tell you what is the reason that we are organizing this symposium, and how can we transition from some of the topics that we heard about yesterday and go on to the topic of today's sessions. So the OmicsLogic programs, which are operated by Pine Biotech, are designed to provide training in bioinformatics that enable independent research guided by mentors and peer example. It is also to develop a growing community that shares a passion for data-driven research and many applications of citizen science. So it is really a goal of ours to build this community, and part of that process is this symposium. And ultimately, our goal is to enable students, clinicians, and faculty of all backgrounds to develop novel and independent research using latest technology in life and data sciences. And so the way that we do this is by offering training programs that provide access to high-performance computing, mentorship, and training in bioinformatics and data science for biological data. The training modules are offered through the OmicsLogic portal, where you can register for free and explore asynchronous modules on various types of omics data, exercises in pipeline building, coding in R and Python, as well as offer a view of case studies based on peer-reviewed publications from top research journals. So the link to the portal that you can explore today as well is right here. What these projects are organized into learning paths for oncology, infectious diseases, neuroscience, and agriculture. In each learning path, we use examples that illustrate major trends and novel applications of omics data in particular field. And since the domain of bioinformatics is so dynamic, we are relying on collaborators in all of these fields to navigate updated topics and developments. We work closely with our partners at the Tauber Bioinformatics Research Center, where the team is making many algorithms for data analysis easy to use for non-bioinformaticians using the tBioinfo platform, which offers a user-friendly interface for many commonly used methods on phylogenetic, analysis of gene expression, alignment to reference genomes, analysis of structural data, and variant calling. And so this tBioinfo platform is also available on this link. Okay, sorry about that. There we go. So one of our programs that we highlighted throughout the symposium is the Research Fellowship, where students can design an independent research project and work in groups with mentors that guide them to complete their research using bioinformatics, relying on publicly available data sets, and working with mentors that are provided through our program and through our network. Many of the research fellows have been working for the past several months to complete their projects and share them for the poster session that you see today. You will find the projects that they have submitted organized on this link